Careblazer, in today's video, I want to share with you one of the most popular teachings I have ever done with my Care Course members. According to my Care Course members, it's an analogy. They love it. They refer to it all the time, and they find it very helpful when they are in a really hard situation, or they're in maybe a time when they have a lot of negative thoughts and they're feeling really awful about caregiving. And I want to give this to all of you because I really think it can change your whole life and help you feel better. So it's a specific analogy. It's super powerful. I'm guessing if you're a Care Course member, you already know where I'm going. But before I share it, I want to give you a little bit of background. Every single human brain has something called the negativity bias. That means your brain is wired to see the negative more than the positive. It doesn't mean anything is wrong with you. It doesn't mean you're a horrible person. It just means that you're human. And the reason our brain has this negativity bias is because back in the day, it really helped us survive. We were able to detect, we needed to be able to detect what's a threat. Is this berry I'm going to eat poisonous? Is this person going to come in and try to take everything? It was a survival mechanism, and our brains still have it. So we currently see negative way more than the positive. That is why we have things called a gratitude practice, because we actually have to practice it. We don't have a negativity practice because we don't need to practice it. It comes naturally to us. It doesn't mean there's more negative out there in the world. It just means our brain is going to see that much more easier. So that's just so you know, like a little foundation. That's the negativity bias. We all have it. If we want to try to balance it out, that is where you would start to actually ask yourself, what do I want to notice today? What's something good that happened today? I want to notice at least one good thing about my loved one today. I want to practice saying one good thing about myself today. Literally, that's why it's also called a practice. It does not come natural. That's a negativity bias. We also have something called the confirmation bias. That means your brain will confirm to you what you believe to be true. So the confirmation bias means whatever you currently believe, your brain will prove it true. And anything that goes against what you believe easily deflects. Your brain won't even process it as much. Your brain won't even pay much attention to it. Most of the time, it just kind of like slides off. It doesn't stick, or you can explain it away. So this explains why we can have people on opposite political spectrums. They believe so strongly in what they believe, no matter what the other person says, because the confirmation bias is working in both people's brains, and it's proving what they already believe to be true. And so what are you believing? What are you believing about your caregiving, your person with dementia? And whatever that is, whatever those repeat thoughts you're having about the world, about other people, about yourself, about your loved one, your brain will prove it true with the confirmation bias. You will see the evidence for what you believe so much easier than anything that goes against it. So the question is like, what are you thinking most of the time? And do you want to be thinking that? A belief becomes a belief because you've had a thought that you've thought of many times, so much so that it becomes a belief. That's it. That's why we have people believing all kinds of different things. Who's to say who's right and who's to say who's wrong? It's just what you believe is right and what you believe is wrong. So if you're somebody who believes that the world is mostly filled with horrible people, your brain will give you all the evidence to show it's true, and it will deflect anything that goes against it. And if you believe that the world is mostly good people, your brain will automatically, with a confirmation bias, show you all the evidence that it's true and deflect anything that goes against it. Okay, so this is why it's really important. And I promise I'll get to this powerful metaphor in a moment, but this groundwork is important. Right now, do this practice in your mind. What are you currently believing that you know is not helpful to you about caregiving, about your loved one? What are you currently thinking and believing about that you know does not help you and you know does not serve you? Answer that in your mind, just like one thing at least. Actually, put it in a comment. Let other people see like you are not alone in whatever you're thinking. Then what I want you to do is ask yourself, what do you want to believe about your caregiving or about your loved one with dementia? What do you want to believe? Leave that in a comment. Now, the thing that you want to believe believe, what evidence do you have that it's true? So when I'm talking to my care course members, they might believe that, they make too many mistakes or horrible caregiver, they should be better, they should know better, or their loved one's manipulative and mean. And then they realize that doesn't help them because the confirmation bias is going to keep showing them all the evidence that it's true. And with the negativity bias working as it does, they're just going to feel horrible. So I ask them, well, what do you want to believe? And they want to believe, I'm a great caregiver. I'm doing the best I can. I am patient sometimes. My loved one has a really complicated disease and I know they can't help some of the things. And then I ask them, what evidence is there that what you want to believe is true? So for you, what evidence do you have that the thing you want to believe is true? And if we were together in my care course, we would be talking until you came up with an answer. And you will come up with an answer. So literally, it means that the negative thing you've been believing so easily is just as true as the thing you want to believe. There's evidence for both. But because of the negativity bias and because of your confirmation bias, you're just noticing this negative way more. The thing you want to believe is just as equally true. So why can't we start to practice focusing on it? Start to practice it until the point where it becomes a belief. Now, here's what I want to share. Are you still with me? We have 40,000 thoughts a day, depending on the research you look at. Some of the research says 15,000 thoughts a day because we just think the same thoughts over and over. They're not really new thoughts. Whatever the number is, we can all agree we have many, many thoughts in a day. With the confirmation bias and negativity bias, there are probably a lot of negative thoughts, but it doesn't matter. We have so many thoughts a day. Here's how I want you to think about your thoughts and how to start practicing the thoughts you want to believe so that you can feel better. When you go to a buffet, like a restaurant buffet with food, when you go there, what do you focus on? What do you put on your plate? For instance, I don't like sandwich meat. I think it's disgusting. And so when I go to a buffet and there's sandwich meat on the buffet, I don't focus on that sandwich meat. I don't get upset and think, oh my gosh, how are they still putting sandwich meat on a buffet? Who eats this stuff? This stuff is disgusting. It's not healthy. Manager, come over here. Why is there sandwich meat on the buffet? I would never do that. Nobody would do that. What is it for you? Is it broccoli or is it egg? We all have things we don't like. But when you go to a buffet, it almost seems absurd that you would put so much attention on the food you don't like. Yet, this is exactly how the majority of people are responding to their negative thoughts. They have thoughts that they know don't help them, that they know don't serve them, that they don't even really want to think anymore. They're just thinking it because it's become a habit at this point, and they put so much attention and focus on it. It would be like me going to that buffet and putting nothing but sandwich meat on my plate and coming down and sitting down and eating it and telling myself how disgusting it is the whole time and then going up for seconds and getting more of it. I want you to think about your thoughts as a buffet where you are intentionally choosing the thoughts you want to have, the thoughts you know would feel better, that would taste better, that you want to have more of, that you want to practice. What are you putting on your plate from the thought buffet? You might accidentally, right? Just because it's a habit, you're going to pick up the thought that you messed up again, or you're a horrible caregiver, or that nobody is helpful and there's never any help that will work. You might have that thought and you might get it on your plate and you might take a couple of bites before you realize, wait a minute, I don't like that thought. I don't want that thought. I want to practice believing something different. So it's a never-ending buffet. You'll never get kicked out. Put the plate away, get a new plate, and pick something else up that you want. What is it that you want to start believing? Because whatever you start practicing thinking with your reticular activating system, which I didn't even mention before, it's like your selective attention, what you'll pay more attention to. With your confirmation bias, your brain will literally start showing you more evidence that it is there and it is just as true. You can make this work in your favor. What are you picking up from the thought buffet? What do you want to be focusing on from the thought buffet? And when you realize you've been focusing on the things that you no longer want to, put the plate away, get a new plate, and go get the new one. I used to have this thought that I'm not really proud of and I don't like. And it was this thought that everybody wants the easy way out, which will never work. And so they'll continue to struggle and nobody wants to put in the effort to get better. That used to be my thought. I don't like it. I don't think that serves me. It certainly doesn't serve me in my care course where we all realize there's no easy tip or trick and we all want to grow and it's going to require some effort, right? So I started believing people do want to grow. People do want to feel better. There are people out there who realize and who are willing to do more than just the easy tip, the easy trick. There are people who want to grow and feel better about their life and they're willing to do the steps to make that happen. I practice that thought. And when I notice the other thought come in, I realized, wait, I don't want to believe that one anymore. I don't want to practice that one anymore. I don't get upset and focus on it because it's on the buffet. I don't get upset because I accidentally got it on my plate. I'm like, wait a minute, what am I practicing believing now? I am practicing believing that there are people out there who truly want to grow in their life, who truly realize that the effort needed to improve their life is worthwhile and they love doing it. And because of that, now I see the evidence all around. I see my amazing care course members doing this every day. I see the evidence in my friends pursuing difficult tasks and promotions and doing things that involve growth and effort. And now that is becoming more of my standard belief. But it didn't happen overnight. And it certainly didn't happen without me realizing first, I was picking up this thought. I was choosing to continue to eat this thought that I didn't want. And so this is a practice I want to give to you. What are you putting on your thought buffet? So just notice the thoughts that you're experiencing during the day. A thought is just a sentence in your mind. All those inner dialogue, the sentences in your mind, those are your thoughts. Notice without judgment the thoughts that are going through your mind. That's just the thought buffet. Those are just all your options on the thought buffet. There's some sandwich meat and there's some pizza, right? I want to focus on the French fries and the salad and the fruit. Where are you putting your attention and your focus? And when you realize your attention and your focus is on the thing you do not want, are you then consciously, on purpose, going and choosing the thought that you want to believe more, the thought that you want to practice? That is what I'm leaving with you today. That is what my amazing care course members are always keeping on the top of their mind to help guide them to start living the life that they want to live, to help guide them into starting to see the evidence they want to see more of. And eventually their life starts to become the living truth of what they are practicing believing, which is the most powerful thing to witness. I want you to witness that yourself in your own life. Careblazer, that is what I have for you today. Also, I'm going to be making some changes to this YouTube channel. So what I was thinking is that starting in April is I am going to do monthly themes. Let me know what your thoughts are about this and what theme you want me to do. Well, some examples of monthly themes would be unusual and strange dementia behaviors people you don't hear about often. So every month would be a new, unusual, and strange dementia behavior a lot of people don't realize happen and what you can do instead. Another one would be on dementia and nutrition and different things to focus on for nutritional health for somebody with dementia. Another month would be things the most successful caregivers do on a regular basis. And so every Sunday that month, it would be a video on that kind of topic. On another month, it would be like the most difficult dementia behaviors and how to handle it. So that every month has a theme. So what I want to know from you is what theme do you want to see in an upcoming month? Let me know. And then I think this is what I'm going to try doing just to kind of make every month kind of cohesive. So you know, oh, this is a month I really don't want to miss. This is a topic I really want. We can even do like dementia and communication. And so every month would be a video on something about dementia and communication and what you can do to improve your communication with your loved one. I think it's kind of exciting. I like the idea. Let me know what you think about it. And I'm thinking this will kick off in April. In the meantime, I'm sending you all so much love. And Care Course members, make sure you're checking your weekly email for our live Q&As and support groups that are happening. And I will be back next week with a video for everybody. Okay, bye. Also, Nico gets a belly rub for every person who subscribes from this video. So if you haven't already, click the red subscribe button. It's totally free. And Nico says, thank you very much.